going to start it back and build right back up to the front to your pole sitter. So Matt will start off with a number 60 there. That's Phil Haberjam, ladies and gentlemen.
Out of Spruce Grove, Alberta, and one of our local boys on the inside of that back row made the switch from Pro Trucks this year over to our super late model division. From the big town of Hepburn, Saskatchewan, is the 8 of Mr. Andy Clues.
And that's on the inside of the second last row. There's the 00 car. That's Tony Lambert. I believe Tony's from Saskatchewan as well, is he not?
He's a Red Deer boy, actually.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, Tony Red Deer. How can I forget that?
And another Albertan next up on the inside of him in that number 2, the Green Machine out of Wetaskiwin. It is Greg Ratzlaff.
Well, I've already been corrected on the 38. I introduced him as Jonathan Teppen in the qualifying from Edmonton, Alberta, but Jonathan is all the way from Moorhead, Alberta. That's Jonathan Teppen, ladies and gentlemen.
On the inside, we have the number 47 hard racer out of Leduc, Alberta. It is Chris Campbell.
In that number 36 car, ladies and gentlemen, he was involved with the 14 in that practice accident. His crew and him went to work. They thrashed on that car. They got her back. How about a big hand all the way from Red Deer, Alberta for that. Number 36, Grant Brown.
In the local super late model division, this guy's blown away so many people this year with a terrific performance in the 09 car. From Hague, it is Doug Vienna.
And we have another Alberta boy there. That's the 07 car all the way from Spruce Grove, Alberta. That's the 07, Greg Moyer.
Now it'll be interesting to see how Doug Vienna feels, because right in front of him is the car that he used to drive, but now being piloted by Mr. Dave Bone out of Martinsville.
There's the number 4 Daco machine. That car is all the way from Sherwood Park, Alberta, I believe. Rob, is that not right? I can't hear you up here, buddy. Sorry, I screwed up. Edmonton, there you go. That's Rob Dowler. You Dowlers live everywhere. I'm not sure where you're.
Every third house in Alberta is a Dowler. And then,
Andy drives a race car.
That's no kidding. And then comes the number 80. Normally, of course, he was running the number 20, but from Regina, we welcome back Ken Campbell.
And we have, I believe, a newcomer out here. That's the number 7 car. And that's from Calgary, Alberta, Jared Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
This fella has been involved in this series for so long, and actually right now in the standings running top 10, he's in the 8th spot. It is the number 64, and that is Dean Craig out of Edmonton.
Moving up and over, you got the number 89 car. Now, ironically enough, they bought that car from Dean Craig too. Isn't that something? The Craigs have more cars than Carters have Little Liverpills. They're a great racing organization, that Craig and his boys there. But anyway, back in the number 89 car, we've got him all the way from Calgary, Alberta, I believe it is, Roy Wigley.
He's out of Airdrie, and of course a lot of folks know him from the Super Truck Series that's visited here.
I believe he is the defending, or was the defending champion of that series last year too.
Well, you said about 3rd or 4th person is a Dowler. We've got another one out there in that number 88. It is Aaron Dowler.
Now, isn't it weird how it works out that I got to introduce this car?
Well, you paid for it, you might as well.
I guess I get that for it, eh? The number 24 car, the Antrim-sponsored Chevy. This is his 2nd Canadian ARCA late model race. The number 24, Chris Dennis.
That's the guy who we got the thing from there. Really?
Next up, I can hardly see that car with the camouflage. Please welcome out of Edmonton is Kevin McMillan in the 41.
And I just got the part of the Paul Franklin Foundation. Paul Franklin, of course, the Master Corporal that lost his leg in IOD or in Afghanistan, I believe it was. So get down there and talk to Kevin after the race and get some information on the Paul Franklin Foundation. That's really a good thing that's going on there.
Gary Lister is next up. This guy is a hard charger whenever he's out. We always see him up near the front. Let's give it up for the driver of that number 55 machine.
And on the outside of him, there's a guy that's had some strong runs and the worst luck in the world, unfortunately. That's the number 49 car from Calgary, Alberta, Brian Lavon.
He's sitting 2nd right now in the points, and we're looking for big things tonight from Brian. This guy, if you mention super late models, his name has to come to the top of the mind all the time. Please give it up for the 99 of Bill Royce.
On the outside of Bill, there's the number 31 car. Now that 31 car has a special little piece of ARCA West history, and that is that car has started both the inaugural ARCA West race in the United States and the inaugural ARCA West race on Canadian soil here at Autoclearing Motor Speedway back in May. That is the number 31 of Mark Mario, ladies and gentlemen.
Out of Penticton, BC, we welcome him back to Saskatchewan. Next up, it is that number 6, a familiar-looking car. We've seen him in town so many times. He's made the trip again from Calgary. It is Chris Skelton.
And I think the next car really doesn't need much of an introduction to this crowd. That number 70 car, he's just about won everything around here, I think.
No kidding.
Ladies and gentlemen, your hometown hero, give it up for the number 70, Trent Seidel.
Of course, this is the ARCA West Max Challenge Series, and it's so good to see Max involved in so many ways, including on the sponsorship of that 01 machine. Joining us out of Calgary, it is Randy Thompson.
And on the outside of him, I get all the local heroes.
You do? Well,
you know, whatever Trent didn't win, this next car did, I think, over the course of the years. Running the number 55X, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Gunn.
There have been 1 or 2 races with the super late models in Saskatoon that we've not seen this guy out for this year. That's because he's been out doing the full ARCA West Series. Right now sitting 3rd in points and the top rookie of the season, another one of your hometown boys, the 77 of Craig Van Gool. If we could please have the kids back from the fence, please. Everybody back from the fence. Thank you very much.
Sitting 3rd on your grid, the number 67, another one of the Craig CCI cars there. That is all the way from Kalispell, Montana, I believe, Ron Dexter.
And next up on the outside, the fellow who is leading the points right now. It looks like he's probably going to be wrapping up this championship tonight, but it's still going to be an amazing run for everybody. Out of Leduc, Alberta, it's the 17 of Trevor Emond.
And ladies and gentlemen, I get the honor of your pole-sitting car, the number 76. Again, one of the CCI cars owned by Dean Craig. Hot Chew driver, I'll tell you, all the way from Wachesney, Illinois. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. New track record, 14,172, Brian Johnson Jr.
And we have 2 of our local drivers, because of pre-race incidents, not able to be out. The Wild Thing, Jeff Reimer in the number 5 and the 14 of Glenn Hertzke. Ladies and gentlemen, the stars tonight with your ARCA West Max Challenge Series. Also, if we could, a big, huge round of applause as well for our visiting cars here, and we were talking about them before, with the Saskatchewan Mopar Club. And of course, being led right there by that amazing 2009 Dodge Challenger from Auto Clearing Chrysler Superstore. I'm blown away by that thing, because at first glance you're thinking, well, there's a 38-year-old car, but it's brand new. They kept that style of the original.
New. Yeah, a buddy of mine next door back in Edmonton bought a brand spanking new one, one with the hood scoops and everything, and I'll tell you, at quick glance, it does look like back to the old retro days of that 70 Challenger. And it's a nice looking car. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what else comes to mind? And nobody really does this or considers this. All those people that you see down there in the ARCA official shirts, your Auto Clearing Motor Speedway official shirts, all of the people that help clean up the track and everything, the tow truck drivers, they're all volunteers, ladies and gentlemen. So let's show a little bit of appreciation for them, giving up their Saturday night to bring some racing enjoyment your way here at Auto Clearing Motor Speedway.
We're firing up our super late models in the ARCA West Challenge Series.
Give them a couple of minutes to get in the cars here. These guys will be firing them up for you.